A new 2K is coming out soon, so you know what that means. More character scores dramas across Twitter for the next few days, and it looks like the Hawks guard, Trae Young's dad, has had enough with people comparing his son to other defenders in the league. He even got so fed up that he went on to an entire Twitter rant to share his thoughts with the world. Here's what we know so far. Starting off with getting fed up. The Atlanta Hawks are all set to take on the big season up ahead in the highly competitive Eastern Conference after acquiring Dejounte Murray to pair with their star point guard Trae Young to form one of the most dynamic backcourt duos in the whole NBA. However, even without Murray at his side, Trae has managed to do some pretty impressive things over the course of his NBA career so far. Hey, if you don't want to take our word for it, take it from his father, Trae Young, who's clearly a bit tired of seeing his son get compared to fellow defenders in the NBA's professional league. He went on to say that right now, his son was a two-time NBA All-Star starter who was just 2 games away from finding himself a spot in the NBA Finals. No other defender came remotely close to what his son had achieved. Well, he does have a point. Trae has accomplished quite a lot already in only 4 years, with the league even leading Atlanta all the way to a surprising conference final, ending off just 2 games away from the finals. He also started in All-Star games and even became the ultimate villain in the state of New York as well, absolutely trashing the Knicks every time he stepped foot in Madison Square Garden. In reality, fans and critics will always love comparing their football players to one another. That's simply how it goes in any competitive sport. People compete. Until Trae Young manages to snag an MVP and a ring, there will always be people discussing his worth. The Hawks have a good opportunity to be a force to be reckoned with in the 2022-23 season, and the arrival of Murray should definitely help ice Trae thrive greater as both a scorer and a playmaker. Both of these guards can create and also finish at all 3 levels. Exciting times lie ahead for Atlanta. Up next is a closer look at the 2K drama. An annual tradition in the world of basketball is the video game franchise NBA 2K trolling its players and fan base through player ratings at the beginning of September. On the 5th of this month, the NBA 2K social media team managed to get reactions they were hoping for after revealing the player rating for the new NBA 2K23 game. Multiple tweets from well-known players have since gone viral. On one side, Kevin Durant, the Brooklyn Nets forward, wanted to have a 99 overall rating, while the Golden State Warriors shooting guard Klay Thompson wasn't very happy with his new rating. Onyeka Okongwu, the backup center for the Atlanta Hawks, was also disappointed after learning that his virtual in-game character only had an overall rating of 76. Several of the players and teams fell for the bait and began tweeting about the ratings. However, Trae Young wasn't one of them, though his father sure as hell was. Throughout his entire career, the all-star point guard has been complaining about both the rating and appearance of his in-game character, but it looks like that Young isn't giving the 2K social media team the viral tweet that they'd been hoping for. According to the game's official website, Young has an overall rating of 90, the 14th best rating among its active players. However, only his overall rating has been revealed so far. Fans hope for a significant increase from last year's rating thanks to Young's historic 2021-22 season. The 23-year-old is the second player in the history of the NBA to lead the league in terms of both total points and assists. He's also averaged career highs in 10 different categories. On the other hand, these player ratings are not set in stone. The development team over at 2K headquarters frequently adjusts both the game and the players as the ongoing season progresses. Young's ratings have shown a gradual yet slow improvement over the last 4 years, starting off from a score of 77 back at 2K19 all the way to the 90 that he has right now. He made it abundantly clear that he's focusing on winning an NBA championship. As for Okongwu, the 76 rater, 2K developers are doing the Hawks a little favor by adding fuel to his fire. Although the Hawks can't control where their video game ratings start, they sure can determine where they finish. Let's also take a look at the ratings of some of the other major names in the NBA. Though NBA 2K23 was officially released in September 9th in order to promote the game, the developers had once again used their habit of revealing some of the player ratings ahead of launch on Twitter to generate a buzz about the game online. And what do you know, it works every single time. Player rankings are probably one of the most intriguing parts of the NBA 2K video game experience, and fans have always been fascinated by the process of selecting which players get what rankings. And developers also talked in great detail about the formulas that they use to determine those variables. As such, you can use that formula to also pay extra close attention addition to what players are going to be ranked for the next season. So far, we've only learned about a few players, including Devin Booker, who also appears on the cover of the game, as well as the GOAT, LeBron James. However, as of right now, there's no official word yet on whether hip-hop musician J. Cole, who's on the cover of the Dreamer edition of the game, was even given a rating in the first place. But let's forget all of that for now, shall we? Here are some of the main ratings that were revealed before the launch. Giannis Antetokounmpo was crowned the #1 spot on the rankings with a score of 97 overall, closely followed by LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, and Kevin Durant, who are all tied for second place with a score of 96. Following these top rankers are Luka Doncic, Kawhi Leonard, and Jason Tatum at 95, 94, and 93 respectively. On the other hand, all the way at the bottom of the released list was Tari Eason with a score of 72? While some of these scores may leave a lot to be desired, we suppose that ultimately a lot of the game will depend on the person playing the game at the end of the day. Meanwhile, in other NBA related news, first up, LeBron James believes that the NBA made a mistake with the Robert Sarver investigation. The basketball legend has detailed his disappointment with the NBA's decision regarding punishing the Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver, writing, quote, "Our league definitely got this wrong" on several social media posts this Wednesday. Sarver has been banned from the NBA for a period of 1 year, and he has been fined a massive sum of $10 million after the NBA revealed its findings from its 10-month independent investigation into allegations of workplace abuse on Tuesday. It covered all the time during Sarver's tenure as a managing partner of the Suns and tenure that spanned almost 2 decades. Chris Paul, the Suns' point guard, also expressed similar sentiments, stating that the punishment fell short of truly addressing Sarver's atrocious behavior. In his opinion, among the many allegations reported back in September and now being corroborated by the investigation, Sarver has been found to have, on at least 5 different occasions, repeatedly used the N-word when recounting the statements of others. A truly disgusting revelation considering the fact that almost 75% of the player base is black. Next up, Adam Silver reveals that he can't take away the Phoenix Suns from Robert Sarver. On Wednesday, the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver revealed that the suspension given to Robert Sarver for his racist and misogynist remarks could have been longer, but he didn't, quote, "have the right to take away his team." While Silver revealed that Sarver was on notice in regards to his future behavior, the 5-member committee that worked on the investigation concluded that Sarver's use of slurs wasn't motivated by race or gender. Because of that, Silver only gave the maximum penalty that was allowed to be given by the league. Also, Silver admitted that Sarver had taken full accountability and truly felt remorseful for his actions. Whether the statement is true is anybody's guess at this point, but at least we can be glad that we won't be seeing any more of Sarver for the next year and hopefully more. And finally, Bobby Wagner pays tribute to Kobe Bryant. During his first game with the Los Angeles Rams, Bobby Wagner, the team linebacker, wore a thigh pad featuring an image of the late Kobe Bryant in his Los Angeles Lakers jersey. According to Wagner, Bryant was an inspiration to him, and he wanted to honor the late basketball legend. He also revealed that he'd met Bryant through his good friend Richard Sherman, who used to be his teammate during this time with the Seattle Seahawks. The two apparently also had a conversation about business and Bryant's life off the basketball court, one that Wagner called a pretty surreal moment. That's a wrap for this video. Do you agree with the new 2K scores? And are there any scores that you would have changed? Let us know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.